rained quite a lot. As you can see, the roads are sort of dry, so it might not be that bad. I don't think there's been any frost for a night or two. Anyway, we will just we'll see how we go on. And now we're not far away, and I know I've not showed you this road, so I thought, well, we'll just come out, you know, have a chat or whatever. Just show you a bit of winter time. So what can we chat about? Well, one thing, which I think most of you know already, that I took my television away about 7 years ago now, is it? And BBC, our Gestapo BBC, decided that we couldn't watch their iPlayer without a licence a year last September, so I've not done that. Anyway, of course, I keep getting these threatening letters, and there's lots of videos about it. You know, well, the thing is, if you can receive live television, even on your phone, you need a television licence. I can't. I've no way of receiving live television, and I don't watch their catch-up iPlayer, so I don't need a licence, you know. And they've sent me 3 letters to say that officers coming round. Well, he can come round, he can come in my house, you know. I'd like him to. In fact, the last time I actually told him about my television channel, about this, you know, what we do. And he left and he's had a look at it because he put a comment on the video, so that was nice, wasn't it? As you can see, it's as I say, it's winter time. It's quite a nice day so far. Clouds building slightly, so I think we've just caught it in time. But as I say, it's just an excuse to get out of Lincoln and to test this camera, because if you remember the last time I did this, it was totally wrong. So what I've done this time is stop on the road. You see this bit of a track here? Well, it's very, very popular with dog walkers, and it was one of the places when Barney was elderly, I used to just come out in the countryside and put him out for 5 minutes, 2 or 3 places, and that's one of them. Now, the other bit of interest along here, first time I came along this road regularly was because my dog trainer lives here on the right hand side. So if you've ever seen the dog demonstration, which I finally put up a year or 2 ago, I can't remember now, what we did with Jessie, well, this is where I got my education for dog training, which I mentioned in a recent video. You know, it's a subject dear to my heart now. I found out the hard way, didn't I? Anyway, that's one thing. So what do you think of the countryside today? It's quite a bright day. It's nice riding about, actually. It is. It's quite pleasant. You have to be a bit careful on these bridges and bends, obviously. And we're not going very far, and as I say, all I'm doing is just round this corner. I'm just going to go over the corner, turn round, and go back again. And that'll be plenty long enough video. And as I say, it's just to test this camera. I want to just see what sort of a video it takes in the car. I've set it on the tripod in the passenger seat, so hopefully you're sort of where you would be if you were sat alongside of me. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Whether I will do or not is another matter, obviously. See the sign there, it says kennels. It's so that's where Dennis was and where we did the dog training. But the other thing is people, right? We're talking about television, well, and so people. Everyone watches the news, what's happening in the world, and well, it's doom and gloom, isn't it? And I've said before many times, the media only report on the bad things. They don't report the good things. ever so many of them. Because I watch people, real people now, mainly on YouTube, that's my television, most people are decent, right? Most people you see are decent. I don't see that bit of it. This is how I know about it. But the other thing, of course, is most people in life you meet are decent people. They really are, you know. So why is it that everybody's going around frightened, scared stiff of going out at night? Everyone's moaning about the street lights being out. I mean, the blooming town is, you know, I don't know, it gets dark at night. You would think they wouldn't be frightened of the dark, would you be now? But, you know, it's just people again, that is, I can't do anything about that. But even those people, when you meet them, they're still nice, decent people. You know, so the best advice is chuck your telly away. And although I read the odd paper online, I don't read any of the stories about what's happening, other than the brief headlines. You know, I'm not interested. It's not selfish, it's not being arrogant, it's not being anything other than the simple fact that, you know, it's a nicer world if you don't. Because you see the nice things about life. Now, many years ago, when we had a bit of bad times, someone told me a bit of very good advice. I was struggling a bit. He said, concentrate on the positives. Well, that's very true, isn't it? Right, we'll digress a second here. There's no one about on this road. So I just want to stop a second. Not doing burnouts and things like that, but I just want to show you something. When you're in town driving, I keep speed limits. So set off, like that, do 30 in town, put it top, that's it. You're going, you set off, you're doing within the speed limit, you don't have to worry about police and cameras and all the rest of it, but you're not holding people up. You know, to me, that just makes sense. Maybe it doesn't to you. I don't know which way is this van coming, I think this way. We'll stop here for him. We'll stop and let him come. We're only out playing, are we? So, that's something else that it's what people could do to alleviate this stress and that, which I do. You may not agree with it, it doesn't matter, does it? And you can do it. It costs nothing. I mean, this car, don't matter if I drive, how I drive it like that, or if I'm on a long run, it's 50 to the gallon. I've done all the while. I checked it a few years ago. Anyway, are you enjoying this little ride? I am. It's doing me a lot of good to get out. As I say, it's going to be cold again for a day or two, and I don't want to be mixing with people if possible, with all these flu and everything else about, you know, so I think this is the best use of the day. Maybe you disagree, I don't know. And as to projects, I mean, I'm a bit desperate to take the engine round and show people, to be honest. I really am. I would love to do that, but we're going to wait. I've shown it to a few, as I say, 4 or 5 people have seen it already, so, you know, it's not going to waste. Oh, yes, there is something else there. We can just talk about this, not to mention names, but I had a troll. I don't know if you saw it. He first found me with enough food and said I didn't know what I was doing, so I sort of explained that I did know what I was doing, but due to the circumstances, you know, we had to compromise. Well, and then he kept going on. Anyway, I left him. I used to just read his comment for amusement, and I used to just leave him, you know. I just, anyway, in the end, I got a bit bored because on the engine video, yeah, he says, oh, what a waste of time, you know. And the thing is, you know, we get these dislikes, and we know that it's not dislikes with the video. It's the fact that people, there's a lot of people in the world that just go around, they don't watch the video, they just click on it, click dislike, and that's it. Well, it just happened this time. it was the first view. I had one view, one comment and one dislike, so we know who was putting that there 1 minute. If you look back through 1 2 of the videos, you'll see there's no dislikes on them, so if you want to correct that, go ahead and put me a dislike or 2. We try and have a laugh, don't we? Right, we'll go this way back. I don't want to do too long a video, it won't be too long, but I just want to show you a little bit. Now on the left here is Fiskerton Airfield, which I did a video or 2 of. In fact, my best one, oh, you want to look at that, it's called You're My Hero. That's where I did it, and it's just on the left of me. You can't go on it now, they're using it for something else. So, as I say, we're just passing it now on the left. So, do a search for You're My Hero on the videos. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I wish I could do another one as good, but we can't. That's the end of story. This, by the way, is Fiskerton, which I've shown in a recent video. I haven't shown Fiskerton itself, have I? What we'll do, we'll go round this way because there's a corner I want to show you, that's all. Not been to it, but there's a pub here that a year or 2 ago, it got the best food in England, or something like that. Got an award anyway. It got an award. Right, just round here, there's a church, and this is another thing where you have to be on your toes, because it's a blind bend with not much escape. And once or twice I met a tractor here, so all I did is I was going slow, stopped and just went bravely on the curb so there's room to get past, but most of the people don't really. And this bit of road you've seen before, and I think we've got enough video. I think you've heard me rabbiting on for long enough. Oh, just to finish off with my troll. Yes. Oh, sorry, I must just tell you this, because I must just finish off about the troll. Well, he found me through one of the channels I watch, one of the quite large farming channels I watch, and he's found someone else. Anyway, recently he's found another very popular farming channel. I'll tell you. Anyway, it's someone I know online. Right, we've had a chat, not for a long while. Anyway, I did just mention what he said to me and he was going on. Well, he played him like a fiddle, actually. He does that. He's a bit controversial at times. And I had a bit of a laugh with people commenting. Anyway, I think he's finally got fed up with it as well. So, but like I told you the other day, there are, right, it's 40-mile limit here and I'm doing 40 now without braking anything. Just to tell you, not bragging, just to tell you, that car's turning right, the car coming. Oh, he has turned right before he got there. So we're all right. And as I say, it was just to tell you we've had a little bit of amusement still. Somehow or other, we keep finding it, don't we? So there we are. This is Cherry Willingham, just so you know where we are. Anyway, as I said, you've heard me rabbiting on plenty long enough, so I'll shut up, shut the camera off, and see you back at home. Oh, I must tell you, sorry, a quick ending. I must tell you about my nearest crash. I was in my Mark 1 Escort, which you've seen recently on the video. I was coming here, my mate's through it, a bit slippery, slow down. I thought, right, I'll show him. And I'd never done this before, and I was doing 80 just here. And I braked, and he went slightly sideways, so I spun round, backed up to that wall, and there's a sign there. I knocked the sign down, I broke the number plate line, so I didn't have a bumper on. That's the closest I've been to a crash, so I lost control at 80, and we sort of got away with a slightly bent exhaust and a slightly bent exhaust and a broken one. That's the nearest I've been to a proper crash. So there you are, we're not all perfect, are we? But don't ask me to. That's all. This 30 sign here is because of the work for the bypass, by the way, and it's now stopped because the company doing it's gone bust. There's been a big thing in the news. You may have seen, you may not have seen. It's a big controversy, and the government is supposed to give them all these contracts, bankrupted them, and they won't bail them out. Right, enough of that. Can you see we're nearly back home? home, I'll just leave you on a second so you can see the cathedral. I'm sure you can see it on the hilltop. Here we are. Right, goodbye.